Him and I have been talking back and forth, and he's in for next week. So,
well, speaking of that,
yes,
Sons of Anarchy. I know this is off the classic metal show, but our good
Sean
friend
McNabb, who's in a classic metal band, is on the show. So
right,
we can talk about it.
So, what was your thoughts on the first week of Sons of Anarchy? Because I haven't talked to you about this. You and I we talked about it before the show, and I don't think I've really talked to you much since then. So, what is your take on the first week episode of Sons of Anarchy?
Loved it. Loved it. Started out a little bit slow, although I definitely liked seeing Gemma getting the shit pounded out of her.
Oh, man, she was getting railed.
She was getting railed by Jimmy Smits right up the old poop chute.
I like the fact that she's like, you got a grandma fetish or something?
That was funny, dude. And Sexy Tara was in there.
Oh, my God. She is so dirty.
Little dirty whore.
She is like the dirtiest, hottest girl I know.
And she's there. I like the way that they're trying to change her dynamic into being more like Gemma. Yeah. I like how they're trying to show that she's transitioning into a typical biker bitch.
Yeah, she's a hard rock, or she's a hard biker girl.
Right. I like that transition. But by far, and I'll just say it now, this is the only time I'm ever not going to try and spoil something because I love the show. But if you haven't watched the first episode and you're a fan, turn it off now because I'm about to say what happens. 3, 2, 1. If you're still here, you lose. The way that they killed Tig's daughter in front of him.
That was brutal.
That was the most brutal shit. I literally got fucking goosebumps on my arms.
Dude, I actually woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning that same night, and I thought about that. That's how much it affected me, because it actually woke me up out of my sleep and just thought, how horrific is that?
That was so brutal, and you know that Tig is just going to lose his fucking shit for the rest of the season.
Well, he strangled the one cop, and he blew the other guy away, the coroner or whatever that guy was.
Yeah, the guy that was there to clean it up. But those were guys that were involved on something.
I understand that.
I think they're gonna make him out to just be a madman for the rest of this season. Not that he wasn't a madman before, but now he's gonna completely lose his shit, and I can't wait.
Just to burn his daughter to death like that in front of him. Holy shit.
And just with the just total cold and callousness that the dude had, he said, well, you did this to me, so I gotta do this to you. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
That was hardcore. That was hard. That would have been hardcore for a movie in a theater.
Well, it was pretty hardcore for the fact that that leader of what do they call the black gang?
The Niners.
The Niners. Yeah. To give that guy an empty 9mm.
Yeah.
And then blow him away for pulling a gun on Jax.
Right, just boom.
Yeah, he goes, yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved I thought it was fantastic. I didn't know it was going to be 90 minutes, which was an added bonus, but man, it was good. I was glued to my television.
Yeah, that was just oof, wow.
Have you watched it again?
No, I haven't watched it a second time, but it literally woke me up out of my sleep like 3 hours later.
I definitely watched it a couple more times after to make sure I didn't miss anything. Good shit. I love that show.
But I'm fixated on Tara. I don't know what it is about that chick. She's not like the hottest chick in the world, but she's just something about her.
She's pretty hot though.
Oof.
Let's not try and play her off like
I'm not trying to play her off. I'm just saying she's not a model or anything else, but she is just something about her.
A little dirty whore. I love her.
Wow.
Love her.
So good show.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It could not have been better for the opening show than it was. I don't think. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
It really was good.
Well, that whole burning Tig's daughter like that was just, oh my God.
I know, that was like brutal.
That was brutal.
You know, the only thing that I don't like, and I know where they're going to take it to. I mean, you can pretty much figure it out from the previews and whatnot. But I didn't like the way that they started with Opie, where they're trying to make him like he's trying to quit the club and this and that. You know he's coming right back.
Sure.
So it's like, all right, just have him back in the club.
Right.
We don't need this whole fake drama bullshit.
Right.
Should have him in the club plotting to kill Clay.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing, but they're not for whatever reason. And look, I'm not going to question Kurt Sutter. That dude's got my attention. So I'll just assume that he's going to figure out a way to make me stay interested.
Nice.
So.
Well,
Good shit,
what do you got? 9 more episodes?
I hope it's 13 this season, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how many they do.
Yeah.
I hope, look, as far as I'm concerned, I hope it's 24.
Right. Well, our good friend Sean McNabb of Dawkin, currently of Dawkin, he plays some bit parts in the this season of Sons of Anarchy. So we'll have him on
Washington crew.
So we'll have him on next week, and we'll talk to him about Dawkin and Sons of Anarchy.
He asked me during the week. He said, "Are you going to ask me Sons of Anarchy questions?" I said, "You should be asking me. Am I going to ask you any Dawkin questions?"
Yeah, it'll all be about Sons.
It will be because, dude, it's rare. It's very rare that we get. I don't know if it's your favorite show, but Sons is by far my favorite show.
Dude, come on! I wait all year for that freaking show to come on.
I know it's like the best show, and here it is. We've got a friend that's on the show.
Right.
We're going to ask almost all Sons. We'll be like, yeah, how's things in Dawkin? Okay, enough of that.
Dude, is Tara as hot as she looks on camera?
Exactly. Could you take some dressing room photos of her?
Dude, have you grabbed that ass?
Yeah, really?
Nice.
Really, Sean, we won't tell your wife, but tell us, how firm are those tits?
Is she as dirty, slutty as she looks?
Yeah. Is she the whore that she plays?
Nice.
Yeah, no, that we do need to ask some Tara questions.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's I'm telling you, that's the only reason I want to talk to Sean. I don't even care.
That's the only reason I want to talk to Sean.
It is not Tara. Just talking about Sons.
Right.
Just talk. That's. I was trying because we were supposed to do this week, so I was trying to get together some ideas for questions. Every question I have is about Sons of Anarchy. I have nothing to ask him about Dawkin.
Wow.
Nothing.
I mean, we're going to get those answers from Don, and obviously we just got a lot of answers from John. So what are we going to ask Sean about that?
Yeah. John, you still having fun? All right, cool. Let's talk about your bike.
Yeah, Don, John, Sean. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Do you use your bike, or do they give you a bike? I want to know it all. Can you get me a patch for a jacket?
Right.